Pop Metal
Welcome back. It's Hospital Show. It's hot.
String.
Halloween episode number 4.
And
We have a sponsor.
on Halloween.
Yeah.
This is going to be on Halloween.
Yeah,
Did you make it through all 4 episodes?
Or 3. You
No, this will be
experience
4.
Yeah.
The 3 previous and 4 for this one.
If we're mumbling, it's because we've had some of the.
The Touch Vodka.
Yeah. You will show them bottle.
No.
Or you just go
No,
to-
that wasn't for this episode.
Oh, you got to go back
That was
to
previous
the.
episode
All right.
to find out about Touch Vodka.
This is a really cool one coming here. This is brought to my attention by
Eugene.
Eugene Bear, the man who provides us with all this here, all this
Green
greatness.
screen,
where
lighting.
where we make the magic happen.
That don't sound right. Because most people take magic
Well,
happening as something
no,
else.
we ain't going there.
No, we're not.
But,
But this is 1989.
yeah,
There was a lot of magic
1980
being made.
Yeah, there probably was.
And a lot of other things being done back then, too.
Yeah, while we was rocking out.
Probably so.
We're doing how the co-working.
Broadway co-working.
This is where it all happens. If you go to my page, you can kind of get a snapshot of the action almost getting ready to
There you
happen.
go. And probably some Facebooking previews, too.
Yeah. So Alice
So
Cooper.
probably by the time you've already seen this, it's already been out, so they might have already seen it.
Yeah, they might have already seen it.
It doesn't matter.
1989, Alice Cooper was back on his game.
Very
Poison.
much so on his game.
Yeah, he had his second comeback.
Yes.
But we're not that new. Eugene Bear brought to my attention. I don't know if Strings knew anything
I
about
didn't.
this.
When you told me about it, I was like, what? Alice Cooper? On
Yeah.
the Muppets?
Eugene was
No.
proud, man. He's like, my God, he put it on his calendar that he brought something to my attention that I didn't know about.
And you need to put it on there twice because he's back there somewhere.
I don't know if any of y'all out there seen this, but Alice Cooper was with the Muppets. They did
Muppet Show.
Welcome to My Nightmare.
Welcome to my
So we figured,
nightmare.
we talked about doing these Halloween videos. Shit, who better to get than the king of shock rock? I mean,
Well, to us.
yeah. I mean, I'm sure some people would disagree, but
Some people are probably going to
that's
say
where it
Marilyn
started.
Manson
But that's
is the
where it
king,
started.
But no.
If there would be no Alice Cooper, there'd be no Rob Zombie, Marilyn Manson.
Oh, yeah.
Maybe you could probably be able to throw Iggy Pop in there because he was
Well,
back
some
in
might
good-
say even Kiss
yeah.
might have been.
But we
But-
talked about that today. That
Yeah.
was a whole different journey. Not a bad journey, but
Yeah.
because they did a lot for the music business too. But this
Yeah,
man,
This man.
and I went and seen him on the crew tour.
Well, we saw him before that.
Oh yeah, even Halloween.
on the
Hootenanny.
Halloween Hootenanny tour with
Rob Zombie.
With Rob Zombie.
And I was like,
our first time seeing him. Wow. I was
I'm
so
like,
impressed.
Why in the hell did I wait so long to go see him?
Error on our parts, that's for sure.
I mean, but
That was so awesome to see that.
he's
And-
still making it happen. Then
God.
I took my wife and my daughter, and we went and seen him by himself down in Roanoke, Virginia, and he was freaking awesome down
Yeah.
there.
And see, when we saw him, and then we saw a better stage show, and then you saw him a couple
Yeah.
years later. I saw him like
Yeah, that's right.
it
You
might have
went-
been the next year. I can't remember exactly what. I'm bad with dates, so anyway, but we saw him open up for Iron Maiden, and they had so much of the stage taken up
Yeah.
with their stuff that his set was kind of
But it was
really
still
tight,
good.
but it was still good. Yeah,
Because
but
it-
I think my cherry got popped on the first one, so I
because-
was really like, wow, like on the first show. And then the second one, I wasn't let down by any means. It was still an awesome show, but it was just like, I guess because it was a smaller setup and it just
Well, that's
wasn't
kinda
as
way-
it just kind of fizzled a little bit, but it was
I
still
saw
great.
him with the crew. I mean, and he had limited stage. Not that, I mean, but hell, he still brought up the big Frankenstein and the
he still
guillotine.
for the amount of stage that he had, he put a lot of stuff out there. So
But then when I went and seen him by himself, you got to hear more deep tracks, stuff that you wouldn't because all I heard was hits when he opened for the Crew, because they only played probably like 45 minutes.
Yeah, that was a limited set. So,
but I guess
even when we saw at the Halloween Hootenanny show, I mean, it was a lot of like classic hits and some newer stuff. It wasn't as much newer stuff, but I think he might have played a little bit longer than maybe what you got to see for opening for Crew. I don't know.
Yeah,
it seemed like he played
did.
for like an hour.
Well, I think they might have co-headlined, but it was cool seeing Rob Zombie come out and do "School's Out" with Alice.
Yeah.
So you want to just roll for this, Alice Cooper and the Muppets?
And I'm so shocked that he was ever on the Muppets.
Yeah.
Just, I don't know. It just
That
seems
shows how
odd.
big he is, though.
And even back then, that was probably a big deal.
Oh, I'm
back
sure
in
it
the
was.
day. I don't remember what the date was, but obviously it had to be.
Yeah, it might be something
Let me
we
see
could
if
check.
I can pop this back here a minute. I don't know if it's going to say on this video or not. Probably not. It says 79, so
Wow.
December 15th.
This must have been, because this is probably about the time this album come out, Welcome to My Nightmare.
That seems odd, though. December the 15th. I don't know. For like a Christmassy time. And they put Welcome to My Nightmare on the
Well, it
Muppets.
is Alice Cooper.
So anyway, 1979. So that's pretty
So y'all sit back and
pretty
enjoy
cool.
this.
So anyway, here we go.
Happy Halloween.
Hi there, and welcome again to the Muppet Show. Hey, tonight our special guest star is one of the world's most talented but frightening performers, Alice Cooper. So, beware of ghoulies and ghosties and long-legged beasties and things that go bump in the night. That does it. I'm leaving. Here's Alice Cooper.
Welcome to my nightmare. I think you're gonna feel you belong. Welcome to my nightmare. Yeah. Welcome to my breakdown. Hope I didn't scare you. That's just the way we are when we come down. Yeah. We sweat and laugh and scream here, 'cause life is just a dream. You know inside you feel right at home. Yeah. Welcome to my breakdown, yeah. Welcome to my nightmare. Welcome to my nightmare. I think you're gonna like it. I think you're gonna feel you belong. Welcome to my nightmare. Welcome to my nightmare. Welcome to my nightmare.
Where do you suppose he got the name Alice?
Oh, it's a family name. He was named after a maiden uncle.
think that was a little condensed version of that song.
Was the band? Was that up there in like up there on the shelf or whatever? Was that a band?
I think it was, but they must have had a lineup change because I don't remember seeing those guys when we saw them.
They was way different. That's what happened in '79, I guess.
Yeah.
That's the way Alice rolled.
I was waiting to see Animal back there just rocking on the drums, but I don't think he was back there.
I didn't spot him. Now I seen the ghost cutting the rug.
Yeah, and Alice doing he was cutting the rug too, I guess you could say.
Yeah, I never seen him quite dance like that. That was a little different. But
yeah, I guess they had to condense it down a little bit and then edit it up so that it was more kid friendly. But
I don't really know. He's a lot more well-rounded, I guess. Like, I don't know what the word is I'm looking for. Like kind of like Ozzy had the Osbournes and where he reached different demographics of people.
yeah, so it's kind of like a 360 from where it kind of started. It starts here, and it was like now I'm family friendly and I'm a household name again. And
what happened to the scary Alice Cooper?
Yeah,
kind of like the Ozzy. What happened to the Ozzy that?
Well, apparently when you get on the Muppets, you lose all your scare.
But then he's still awesome.
Oh yeah.
I mean, he's even doing the stuff with Johnny Depp and Joe Perry and all that, and that stuff's even awesome. But he's just pure entertainer.
He is. He and I've heard a lot of people say like he's one of the nicest guys.
Yeah.
Like you could ever meet. I mean, somebody who has been around and seen it all, done it all. I mean, and gives advice to up-and-coming artists and gives them kind of like a path to kind of and lead them in the right path, I guess is what I'm trying to say, and help them out and show them, the way of the road, I guess, in a way, too. So.
Well, I mean, because, we always talk about, everybody talks about Ozzy with, the great guitars he's had. Dave Coverdale's never had slouch musicians.
Nope.
Alice Cooper's another one.
Yep.
I mean, even when he's doing that side project, I mean, Joe Perry, who we gonna get? We gonna get the guy's been the great guitarist from the '70s, been around forever.
Yeah. Yep.
And then Johnny Depp, I guess he's no slouch on guitar neither.
And just look at the lineup
of
musicians that he's had in the Alice Cooper band.
Yeah.
I mean,
but what's cool is if they want to leave and go explore, he's all about it. He's like, y'all go ahead, I wish you the best.
Yeah.
He's not like, you can't leave. Mm-hmm. But I did hear something the other day that I don't even forgot to tell you. Somebody had met Nita Strauss and said she signs her stuff. When she signs it, they sign all around. And she said the reason they do that, they all know that the boss gets that spot. That's what they call him, the boss. They don't call him, Alice Cooper.
Yeah.
They said, we leave that space for the boss. So,
they know.
They know at the end of the day who pays, who signs their checks.
It's like who led the right path,
Yeah.
who's led that road that they all know.
And they know they're grateful because,
Yeah.
Alice Cooper, and they said, he's great because he don't hold them back, but he makes sure they're taken care of.
Yeah.
He don't just throw them to the skids.
Yeah.
And I'm sure that's great on the resume.
Oh yeah.
What have you done? I just played for Alice Cooper.
Alice Cooper. I don't know if you've ever heard of this guy, but Cooper, Alice. Cooper.
And Nina Strauss is doing all her stuff, and he's all about it.
Mm-hmm.
He's like, go ahead and
go
with
do
it.
your thing, and then we'll have you back whenever you want to come back.
Yeah.
And then Damon Johnson.
Oh yeah.
I mean,
that man's. Well, you want to get into his past.
That's. Well, yeah, we'll save that for another.
Yeah,
episode.
that might be a podcast.
Yeah, that'll be a podcast episode there.
So I enjoyed it.
It was very family friendly. Definitely a condensed version. I'm glad I watched it.
Yeah.
I would have never, like I said earlier, when you told me, I was like, no way. No way Alice Cooper was on the Muppet Show.
There
Prove me
you
wrong.
go.
I was wrong.
All right, so I can say I think this was a good one for Halloween night.
I believe so.
Pretty fitting for the costumes and everything.
Yeah. So were you happy with the Halloween special this week? Did you watch all 4 videos? If
Yeah.
not, go back and watch them.
Did you like the? Yeah, I guess if we could do not really Thanksgiving, but if there's another theme,
I don't know.
you'd
if
like
Christmas,
to see us
I
do a
don't even-
theme
I guess
like
we could do some Christmas. There's been plenty of Christmas
Or we
songs
could do,
been done by rock
like
musicians.
we could do stripper themes. We could do like girls.
I
And,
like
you
the
know,
way
I'm
I
sure-
like where this
I'm
is
sure
going.
a Steel Panther video can slide in there, and plenty of cherry pie there. Man, there's plenty of
Oh,
stuff
yeah.
from the '80s.
I'm all down for that.
Or
but-
even theme like anything kind of theme. Throw something out there. Maybe we'll
Yeah.
post. That might be a good community post.
That might be a good poll. What should we do? What
Theme,
But
theme.
you almost be worth leaving a blank to see what they come up with.
Yeah,
So what do you think?
yeah. We just might put that out there.
We'll talk about it.
All right.
That'll give us something to talk about at work.
Yeah,
There you go.
we ain't got time for work.
Yeah.
All right, happy Halloween, y'all. Hope you enjoyed.
Don't
Ring
forget
the
to
bell,
subscribe.
tell your friends,
There you go. And visit.
and hope you enjoyed.
Till
Peace,
next
y'all.
time. Happy Halloween.
Happy Halloween.